Welcome back to our channel, everyone. Today, we discovered some disturbing information concerning Judy Dupart. Even though the couple has been very forthcoming about many areas of their lives, this specific narrative has remained a mystery up until this point. Let's examine what transpired. The Brat and their child are a true legend. The Brat and Judy Dupart allegedly left their young son, True Legend, in the capable care of his nanny while they were out of town, and what started out as a typical day at home quickly turned into a nightmare. The home was undergoing minor repairs at the time, and during a brief moment of attention, TR managed to veer off course and come quite near to a ladder. In just a few seconds, he tried to climb it but slid and was harmed. Fortunately, his caretaker was nearby and quickly rescued him, even though D had just turned 1 year old and was just beginning to walk and crawl. This event has not been shared on social media by Brat and Judy. The public was only made aware of the incident by staff members who were present at the house when it occurred and brought it up during a discussion about the current improvements at the property. Fortunately, True appears to be recovering well from his injury, but this situation serves as a stark reminder of how easily things can go wrong. Judy and baby True deserve our best wishes. It also appears that they intended to keep it a secret, and the caretaker said nothing, possibly out of respect for the family's privacy. For a speedy recuperation, although the Brat and Judy Dupart have been very open with their fans about both their happy and difficult moments, the pair had to endure a horrible ordeal behind closed doors that they didn't want to discuss. This is the startling tale of how the Brat that the Brat and Judy Dupart have never shied away from a challenge. Judy and their small son, True Legend, had a calm day that turned into a nightmare when a brief diversity led to a terrible catastrophe that shocked their followers. Despite sharing many of their experiences with pride and affection, they have so far kept one episode a secret. If you follow their journey from the joys of parenthood to their personal challenges, you would see that they are far from letting the world into their lives. The narrative emphasizes the unpredictability of motherhood and the ongoing fear that even the most minor circumstance could turn disastrous, which is just what occurred on what appeared to be on a typical day when Dad and Judy left the house. Their little bundle of happiness, True Legend, was in the care of a reliable babysitter. At just over 1 year old, True was in that adventurous stage of life that most parents enjoy and dread. With his newly acquired crawling and walking abilities, was in that fascinating stage of life when the world becomes an endless playground. Today wasn't trouble-free, even though most days were, according to sources. Going through minor at some point during the day, True Legend happened to wander into an area that was supposed to be off-limits in what can only be described as a brief moment of distraction. The situation appeared innocent enough while renovation workers were dispersed throughout the property, and little TR felt safe in his caregiver's care. The workers' noise was typical accidents, but accidents can happen at any time, and no one was prepared for what happened next. Given that toddlers can move fairly quickly, he had headed for a ladder that had been set up for maintenance. To his gullible mind, climbing the ladder probably seemed like a fun activity, but in reality, there was a serious risk because the little adventurer he is actually tried to climb the ladder, but it didn't take long to realize that he was unable to do so. He slipped, and the young child must have been terrified, even though the fall was brief. Fortunately, it is a great relief that things did not get worse because the caretaker's prompt action and having someone nearby probably prevented a far more disastrous outcome for everyone involved. But it was an all too real worry in the chaos that followed. He was checked for injuries, even though the incident left some bruises and scars that will not be forgotten anytime soon. The emotional toll of the incident, remarkably, neither Judy Dupart nor Brat decided to publicly discuss this terrible incident. Considering how open and honest they are, one would have anticipated a post on the catastrophe, a passionate message about the risks of toddlerhood, or perhaps a warning to other parents, but they said nothing. Instead, there has been conjecture about why the couple decided to have this event under wraps because they are frequently quite open about their Given how stressful parenting is already, it may not always be your intention to relive a traumatic event on social media. Another reason the couple may have wanted to keep the celebration secret was to protect True's privacy, according to insiders. Perhaps they felt that this was an incident they didn't want the public to look into because accidents happen in every household. Interestingly, neither did Brat nor Judy disclose this information to the public. Instead, it was revealed when two maintenance personnel brought up the incident during a conversation about the property's ongoing renovations. Fans had to piece together the details after the conversation unintentionally revealed this private moment to the world. But despite the scare, it appears that the real legend is about to fully recover. The pair probably feels relieved that this incident should serve as a reminder to all parents that even in the safest of environments, things can go horribly wrong very quickly because children are naturally curious. Accidents can happen during those fleeting moments when you think everything is under control. The situation didn't worsen even though they haven't spoken out about it. It is true that the child is strong and will undoubtedly heal faster than before with the support of his loving parents and close-knit family. However, even though it is every parent's worst nightmare, it is still horrifying because, as fans of Brat and Judy, we can only imagine how terrified and anxious they must have been to hear the news. Their ability to handle it calmly and without undue stress shows how resilient they are as a family despite the ups and downs of parenthood. They are obviously doing everything in their power to raise true legends in a loving and supportive environment. Let's take a moment as we conclude our tale with best wishes for dote Judy and baby True. I hope Brat and Judy continue to face the challenges of parenthood with the same strength and composure that they have so far demonstrated, and that True heals well and quickly. The path of parenthood is full of both amazing and terrifying surprises, but with the family's love and support, any challenge can be overcome. The entertainment industry has long idolized Brat and her spouse, Judy Dupart. Since the couple has openly shared many aspects of their lives, from romance to the development of their family, fans have watched their journey with admiration. However, behind all of the glitz and flash, things are not always perfect, and life can sometimes take unexpected turns. Because of this, the family was recently left reeling and pleading for prayers after their beloved son, true legend, was. Brat and Judy had left for what should have been a typical day, so they weren't home when the unthinkable happened. The true legend, who had just celebrated his first birthday, was in the care of a reliable babysitter when the terrible incident occurred. This information, which was initially kept under wraps, has only now come to light, shocking and alarming fans. He is just a little over a year old and has reached the period known as the walking and crawling phase, which is all. The family's home was undergoing repairs, and while everything appeared to be in order, contractors and employees were dispersed throughout the property working on various tasks. It's easy to see how a young child could sense danger in such a normal environment while his caretaker was away. This period is too familiar to parents, full of exploration, curiosity, and regrettably potentially dangerous situations. True Legend was momentarily distracted and went off being as curious as any child his age. He happened to be close to a ladder that the maintenance crew had set up, and during this brief moment, any parent would shudder at the events that transpired. Little True Legend tried to climb the ladder, possibly viewing it as an interesting task. He appears to have been hurt after falling from the ladder, though the specific circumstances are still unknown. When his caregiver, who was not long behind, hurried to his aid, the harm had already been carried out.